Tony Smith last updated 1-400-2508-2017. Martin Huntergetty images. Matt Todd will bolster the Canterbury pack for the Ranfurly Shield defence against Otago. Kaishwira Reid Princep replaces Tom Sanders on the blind side of Canterbury's scrum. Chris Symes Richie Munga says the Ranfurly Shield brings the best out of the Canterbury players. Chris Symes experienced Canterbury centre Tim Bateman on the burst against the Tasman Makos. Rugby. The allure of the Ranfurly Shield has drawn All Black flanker Matt Todd back to the Canterbury pack for Sunday's Mitre 10 Cup derby with Otago. Todd, regarded as the unluckiest omission from the All Blacks Rugby Championship squad, sat out the first-round win over Tasman after a gruelling Super Rugby campaign with the title-clinching Crusaders. But Canterbury assistant coach Joe Maddox said Todd was excited to be back for the Shield defence at Christchurch Amy Stadium. It's been Canterbury's philosophy over the last few years that if you're an All Black, you come straight back in, Maddox said. Read more. Harbour Hammer Stags Fads breaks hand. Canterbury want to rush Matt Todd back. Naki aiming for hat-trick in capital. He brings a lot of experience, but when you see him running around chasing a rugby ball, there's a fair bit of enthusiasm too. The Canterbury coaches have made another back row change from the side that blanked the Tasman Makos 390. Maddox said the introduction of Red Princep at blindside flanker for Tom Sanders were essentially rotational moves. We're pretty fortunate with our loose forwards. We've got Tom and Reid who can play 6 and cover for Luke Whitelock at 8, and we've got 3 really good 7s with Toddy coming back in and Jed Brown and Billy Harmon going fairly well. We know it's a short and sharp season, but we also know if we want to have a decent crack at the end of the season that everyone's got to get a decent hit out and get some game time. Backline coach Maddox said the same philosophy applied behind the scrum with 3 really good halfbacks: Mitchell Drummond, Aaron Ari and Jack Stratton, that all offer something a little different. Drummond will start again, but Ari replaces Stratton on the substitutes bench. Maddox said Canterbury would need all 3 number 9s during Storm Week, with 3 quickfire games between September 8 and 17. Add feedback: halfbacks can play 3 games in 7 days with all the running they do. I've got a lot of faith in all of them. Maddox is expecting Canterbury's combinations to be just that little bit tidier after a couple of extra days preparation this week, and hoped the fine conditions predicted for Sunday would lead to running rugby. It's been a big week for rugby in Canterbury, with a new multi-purpose arena mooted for the central city with the promise of a $120 million government grant and confirmation that Christchurch will not host a test for at least another 2 years. But the Ranfurly Shield, New Zealand rugby's most hallowed trophy, provides a welcome reality check. First 5/8 Richie Munga said having the log up for grabs always adds an extra dimension. It's the Shield. It's been around for a long time and has a lot of history. We know how much it means to our people in Canterbury, and it's a privilege to be able to play for it. It's on the line. It's not ours to lose, it's ours to win. It's about making sure we do all the little things well. Vice-Captain Tim Bateman is no stranger to the Ranfurly Shield. It was safely locked away in Canterbury's cabinet when he made his debut in 2006. Bateman scored a try when Canterbury wrested the Shield from Wellington in 2009. After some seasons in Japan, the West Coast product is back to where it all began, with the Shield gleaming on the sideline. The 30-year-old centre said a Ranfurly Shield encounter is always an exciting one to get up for, and there was always a bitter rivalry between Canterbury and Otago. There's also a sense of familiarity with 3 Canterbury players: skipper Whitelock, prop Daniel Lienert-Brown and midfielder Rob Thompson back in Christchurch after a Super Rugby season with the Highlanders, while Otago flanker James Lentjes and 5/8 Fletcher Smith played secondary schools rugby in Canterbury. At a glance, Canterbury team to play Otago on Sunday in Christchurch: George Bridge, Poasa Wakani Bao, Tim Bateman, Rob Thompson, Josh Mackay, Richie Munga, Mitchell Drummond, Luke Whitelock, Matt Todd, Reid Princep, Dominic Bird, Mitchell Dunshea, C8 Tokalai, Ben Funnell, Daniel Lienert-Brown. Reserves: Nathan Vella, Alex Hodgman, Oliver Jaeger, Tom Sanders, Billy Harmon, Aaron Ari, Brett Cameron, Braden Enna. Stuff.